Right. Next patient, please come in. Good morning.
Good morning, doctor.
I'm Dr. Odinson. Please sit down. May I ask what is your name?
My name is Zoya Lokdanikov.
Zoya. Is that correct? And may I ask how old are you?
This is very sensitive question to ask, doctor.
It's important for your medical history so that I may help you.
Okay, I say I am 40 years old.
Right, noted. And may I ask, are you in a relationship? Are you single, married, seeing someone?
My job is very time consuming. I have no time to be in a relationship.
And what job is it that you do?
This consultation is confidential, da?
Yes, of course, of course.
Okay, then I tell you what I do. I am Zoya, international woman of mystery. I am the best Russian spy in the world.
I see. And where are you living at the moment? Or are you on?
This I cannot say, or I have to kill you.
Duly noted. May I ask what brings you to our clinic today? How may I help you?
Oh, I have this problem of bleeding. Is bleeding, and is causing a lot of problem for me.
Where exactly are you bleeding?
It's from the vagina. No. The
All
first
right.
time I was doing a very complicated backflip to get out of a very compromising situation. And that was the day my period started, and then I just pouring blood everywhere.
Could you tell me a bit more about this bleeding? When did this abnormal bleeding start?
Let me think. We were on assignment in Morocco. This is now about 8 months ago.
Okay, and tell me, before this happened, was your menstrual cycle regular or irregular?
Completely regular, like clockwork.
And how long was your cycle normally?
I would bleed for these 3 tiny days.
And now, as you say, it's how long?
Oh, it's forever. It's about 2 weeks.
And tell me, it seems as there's a lot of bleeding. What is the flow like when it's coming
It's
out?
pouring. I can be wearing tampon. I can be wearing almost like a baby nappy pad together, and this bleeding is still come out. It keep ruining. You see my beautiful Russian spy coat. I have to keep replacing them because I keep getting this bleeding on the coat.
I can understand how that might be difficult for a spy having to report. Tell me, is it painful when you're bleeding, when you're getting a period?
Oh, it's little cramps, nothing too big.
And never had severe menstrual pain in the past?
Nicht.
Right. Any periods when maybe your bleeding just stopped for no
Oh,
reason?
I wish that would happen. It doesn't happen.
Okay, so your cycle comes every time.
Every time.
Tell me, do you have any of the following symptoms? Have you been growing a lot more hair than what you normally do on your face or other parts of your body?
Meh. We Russian girls, we hairy, but it's not more than normal.
Okay, and have you had any breakouts on your skin, acne or anything like that, skin conditions?
Look at this porcelain complexion. Do you see any acne?
No, I don't. May I ask, are you on contraception?
Da. After that last little oopsie on the International Space Station, that baby, after that I have the implant. It's like the tracking device in this side, only it's the contraception.
Okay, implant.
Da.
Okay, when did you have that put in?
It's 2 years now.
Okay, after your child was born. We'll get to that in a moment. I just want to know, what's the sort of effect on your life right now with all this bleeding? It does seem to be quite a bother for you.
Well, it gets in the way of doing these rescue operations. I don't have space to carry the ammunition because I've got to have all these pads and napkins and things. And I keep soiling my coat. Every time you go to the Russian government to ask another coat, they're
Right.
highly suspicious. They're highly suspicious. What are you doing? Are you selling them? Are you cutting them to use to make bedspread? Where are the coats going? So it's causing a lot of friction at work.
Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Tell me, how old were you when you first got your period?
I was 9 years old.
Okay. All right. And are you currently bleeding? When was your last menstrual period?
Last period was, it stopped 1 week ago.
Okay. Tell me, I do need to ask you a few sensitive questions, but it's important for me to establish a proper medical history. Are you sexually active at the moment?
From time to time, when the work is calling for it.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen James Bond. James Bond does what he has to do. Same for me.
I see. May I ask, is sex ever painful for you when you're having sex?
Not for me.
Right. Have you ever had a sexually transmitted infection that you might know of?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Have you had an HIV test recently?
That is company policy. Every 3 months we have a HIV test. It's negative.
Tell me, have you ever had a pap smear? And if so, when was it?
That is also company policy. I had one last year. It was normal.
Okay, that's great. Tell me, you mentioned that you had a child 2 years ago. How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
And how old are they?
Oh, the first one is 10, then 5, and last one is now 2.
Right. And how many pregnancies have you had? Have you had any
Only
miscarriages?
these 3.
Okay. Any problems during the pregnancies?
Nirt, I was very healthy.
And how were they delivered? Did you have vaginal deliveries or cesarean section or both?
I pushed these babies out 1, 2, 3. The first one, it was in the potato field when I was pulling the combine harvester, went into labor and had the baby there in the field, no problems. The second one, it was just before the Olympic shot put competition. I went into labor, had the baby 1, 2, 3, and I still won the shot put competition. And the third one, we were on a job in Kazakhstan and I had a baby, no problem.
I see. And no complications after any of the births, no tearing, no. Okay. All right. I want to ask more general about your medical history. Do you have any other medical problems like high blood pressure or asthma or epilepsy?
I had maybe a little bit asthma as a child, but nothing since then.
And have you ever had any surgery?
Only facial reconstruction for witness protection program.
Okay, and how did that go?
Well, look what you see before you.
I see. Are you allergic to any medicines that you know of?
Not that I know of, no.
And in your family, your mothers or sisters, are there any, assuming you have sisters, do you have any gynecological problems in your family history? Do your mom have any problems? Any gynecological problems, women's problems that your mom might have had, or your sisters, if you have?
I think my mother, rest her soul, she may have had this thing is called fibroid. Fibroid, yes, that is this fibroid, yes.
Right, okay. But no cancer that you know of?
Yet.
And in your general family, including your father and male siblings, any other cancers, colon cancer?
It's no cancer. I think it is the vodka. It take care of things, you know.
Okay. So you do drink alcohol, right? That's noted. Do you smoke?
Oh, I not waste time with tobacco cigarettes. I sometimes, from time to time, I will have a cigar, you know, like when we close a big mission.
I was going to ask what kind of mission, but you'd probably have to kill me if you did. May I ask, who do you live with at the moment, or are you living on your own?
Again, the job, it get in the way. I have to live alone. Sometimes I have to live with someone if the job needs me to live with someone, but mostly I live on my own.
And finances, any problems with finances? Are you financially stable, experiencing any problems?
Do you have any idea how much a Russian spy under witness protection gets paid for danger pay? I am very much financially stable.
Point taken. But you don't have any issues in any past relationships or anybody threatening you?
I would love to see them to try.
Right, I see. And finally, any stresses at home or current stresses that you're living with that are bothering you more than your usual?
My biggest stress and heartache is that the only thing that reminds me of the old country at home is the turnip borscht that my grandmother Bobby used to make. And I cannot find the right kind of turnips in this Cape Town. This is very stressful for me.
I can put you in touch with an organic farm just outside of the city. But first, I'm going to have to examine you. So thank you for giving me all this information. If you wouldn't mind getting ready on this examination table, and I'll proceed to have a look and see if we can help you. Thank you.
Da.